Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. The Kenya Kwanza team will never cease to amaze me. In fact, getting justice in Kenya, especially under the Kenya Kwanza regime, is a wild goose chase. Apparently, there is a suspected murder of a young man that goes by the name Daniel Mudhoni Bernard from Meru County. His nickname is Sniper. Daniel went missing some few days ago, and then he was found dead. And the wife gave a chilling account of what might have happened, because she was saying that someone by the name Vincent, aka Supu, the Meru people have got some nicknames there, that this Supu is a man who I think works very closely with Governor Kawira. And prior to the death of Daniel, Sniper called Daniel and they had a lengthy talk. According to the wife, that they were supposed to be working with Kawira Mwangaza. Apparently, it seems he was a thorn in the flesh to the government of the Meru County. So he was being, I think, talked to so that he could switch camp and swear allegiance and start working together with the office of the governor or those who are very close to her. According to the wife there. And the wife says that she is a witness because she had the talk, as the conversation between the husband, the late husband, and this man called Supu. So when this was reported that Sniper was dead, it caught the attention of many bloggers, including Dennis Itumbi. You know, Dennis Itumbi is one person who suffered sometimes in the Uhuru regime, and he pointed fingers to the then DCI, and he claimed that he was a victim of harsh treatment because of his allegiance to William Ruto, who was then the deputy president, and William Ruto had rebelled, and he took many of Uhuru supporters and Uhuru adherents. So one of them was Itumbi, and Itumbi said that because of that, he was abducted and he was really beaten. So Itumbi took on this case, and he went to his Twitter handle, and the first thing that he said is that I am a blogger, hashtag blogging is not a crime. And he went on to say the only Christmas message is hashtag justice for Sniper. He ufala na ujinga must stop. Disagree with me, but do not kill. Enough is enough. Justice must be served at DCI Kenya, at the office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution. That was the first tweet that Dennis did. And then, as this was, the melee was, getting even worse, the office of the DCI released a report because there was a lot of pressure from Kenyans, and they wanted to know what is happening, because the wife had pointed an accusing finger to Supu. So the DCI arrested this Vincent, this man called Supu. And the blame game has already started. This is what the DCI released a report there, a very long report, how they got information that there was a person that was missing. Later he was found, and they arrested a suspect by the name Vincent Murithi, this man called Supu. Now, the only thing that caught people's attentions is, I want you to look at number 11 of what they said, how because they were saying they even requested the Meru court they applied for custodial or orders so that they could detain Vincent as they undertook further investigation to ascertain exactly his involvement in this. Number 12 says this: we are yet to get directions from the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, Meru. That is where the catch is. The DCI is blaming the office of the ODPP. And Itumbi was asking, why the delay? Why do we delay? Because if you read Itumbi's report, Itumbi is saying, so a suspect in the abduction of Sniper was arrested, but the ODPP Kenya did not give directions on how to proceed. At DCI Kenya told court they were waiting for DPP. Why the delay? Why DPP? Why is DPP silent internally and publicly? I am Sniper. So Dennis Itumbi is saying that this delay is not good, because you all know that justice delayed is justice denied. And the DCI there is of course blaming that they're waiting for directions from the ODPP. Now, after this, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions also released in their website, released that report there. In a nutshell, because it's long, this is what they were saying. They actually reiterated just what happened. They were saying that they have seen in social media that a suspect in the murder of Daniel Muthoni Bernard, this Sniper guy, was arrested. And they confirm, yes, the suspect was was arrested. And they go ahead to say that they directed the office of the DCI, Director of Criminal Investigation, to file these custodian orders so that they can have Murithi under custody. They can detain him, the courts detain him as the DCI continues with the investigation. So the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is saying that they directed the DCI. Remember, the DCI has said that they are waiting for directions from the Directorate of Public Prosecutions. And the ODPP is saying that they directed the DCI to file the custodian orders, but they go ahead to say that the courts declined to give to grant them the orders to detain Murithi. Instead, they released this suspect on a cash bail of 20,000 Kenyan shillings, and they ordered him to report to the courts on every 14 days. And they set the hearing of the date on 5th of January next year. Now, what is very funny is that the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution is also saying that the ODPP directed the DCI to conduct investigation to the crime of murder and submit a file for perusal. And they are saying that they have not received that file to date, and they are waiting for the DCI to give them a report. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me, the DCI is waiting for directions from the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions to move forward. But the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution is saying this. First, we directed them to apply for custodian orders. That was refuted by the court. And two, we expect them to conduct investigations on a suspected murder contrary to Kenyan laws, and then submit a file to us for perusal. I'm not a lawyer, but I see blame game, because now who do we trust in this case? When this happened, people went on social media and they were blaming Itumbi. They feel Itumbi is playing PR. One person called Top Kill was saying this: enyewe bloggers wa Kenya mna mambo. You have access to president himself, but you still make a rapport out of it. You can just call stop yapping on Twitter, yet you have powers. Si serikali ni yenyu, why involve us yet mkona hiyo authority? So this guy feels akina Itumbi ndio wako na power. So anasema the way Itumbi is coming on social media, on Twitter, he just wants to play PR for people to see that the way he had alluded to some allegation that he was beaten by the Uhuru regime, so he feels the pain. They feel that, you know, Itumbi sits close, he dines with the high and mighty, can, discuss this with Ruto so that they give justice to this family. Another person is saying this. This is a very poorly done application. What directions is the DCI waiting for from ODPP? Aren't they supposed to investigate the matter and hand over a complete file to ODPP? That's when directions will be given. By now, they should be investigating the murder. This person feels that the DCI is the one that is playing mischief, that they're supposed to conduct a complete and a holistic investigation, then hand over a full report that this is what you've done for perusal by the ODPP. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, so I can only really blame him. The other person is saying this, Mr. System of Facts or whatever, when leaders of the opposition were being arrested and peaceful protesters were killed in cold blood, you cheered it on. And the same DPP was indifferent and silent. Today you present the saint color of defending cruelty of death. Not birds will believe you. So some people feel that Itumbi should not, look like he wants what we call selective justice. When very many people were butchered, killed on the streets as they were looking for electoral and economic justice, the police really rained on them, and some people were being even removed from their houses, especially in Kisumu. But Itumbi was very quiet. They were cheering on. They thought Azimio was there to sabotage the Ruto government and to sabotage our economy. And people are telling him, you cannot present two faces, because an injustice to one is an injustice to all of us. So they are asking Itumbi, why do you think that the murder of this man is more serious than the murder of the other, more than hundreds of people were killed during the demonstrations? And I think they're just telling Itumbi, be very consistent. Yes, don't have selective justice. Let me tell you something. The Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecution, headed by Igonga, has been criticized. Recently, there was the termination of the case of Aurora and Kimorer came under sharp criticism because Judge Nyotu, who was handling that case, exonerated all the 8 suspects. And in her very words, she said that we are acquitting the 8 suspects because the DCI, because of what she called the dereliction of duty by the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions. And she said that this office is used to frustrate justice, because she was saying that all the 41 among all the 41 suspects, witnesses, only 4 or thereabout were cross-examined. The rest, this office said that we don't have any questions for them, and so they relied on, confessions from only 4 witnesses, and that was not sufficient enough to give grounds to jail people who are suspected to have gobbled about half a billion, of course, of Kenyan money, Kenyan shillings. So again, you can see the same trend here. These 2 offices have started a blame game. Either this is intentional, because the best way to frustrate justice, the best way that a case can collapse is on this trend. The DCI blames the office of the DPP. The DPP blames the office of the DCI. Yet these are the 2 offices very independently that we rely on for justice. These offices that are supposed to be independent have been captured by the executive arm of the government. Whether it is the DCI, the ODPP, whether it is the EACC, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption, whether it is the courts, they have been muzzled, they have been pocketed by the executive arm. They can never dispense justice. They work under the mercy and they dance to the rhythm of the executive arm of the government. And William Ruto himself has come out to threaten people. Those who go to court, the judges who are involved in cases that are close to the heart of the executive. He has said he was given a sword. And that's what will be used to rain on people who want to go against him. They are never independent at all. And you know, getting justice, especially when it involves the high and mighty, some very influential people, some very rich guys in the government, you know, you cannot, because you will not. You know that, I'll give you an example. Aisha Juma has got a case, and of course it has been terminated, that involved murder. When she was appointed as a minister, a cabinet secretary, that case was terminated. Our deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, had cases. That case was terminated. And I remember the DCI confessed that he was being cajoled by the previous government to level charges against people who are not supporting Uhuru Kenyatta. In a sense, he told us that that office is never independent. It is directed by the high and mighty. And so we can only say today that they are being directed. Getting justice to this family is not going to be very easy, I can assure you, because I can see the blame game. As an ordinary citizen, what do? The DCI is saying we are waiting for directions. The ODPP is saying we are waiting for a file for perusal. But I want to end by saying this. This will erode the level of public confidence to these independent institutions. If you ask people today, they don't trust the government, because our government is full of people who lie to us. If you ask them, they don't trust the courts. There are people who have come out to say, people like Ahmed Nasir, that our courts will rule in favor of the highest bidder. Ule atatoa pesa mingi. That is who will win the case. Whether you have a land tussle with someone who has got money, you will lose it. Whether it is a murder case, na hauna pesa, how mabwenyenyi will have their day. And you see, when that happens, when the public confidence on public institutions is eroded, then let me tell you what will happen. People will start taking, you know, matters in their hands. I have seen cases where a suspected thief is caught huku mtaani Nairobi or in the villages. And then you come in and you try talking to the people. You tell them, tafadhali, let us take them to the nearest police station. We have done the best thing, community policing, tumemshika, hebu tumpeleke pale police. And they tell you, no. Huyu atarudi tu, atatolewa na pesa. And they say, they pass judgment that they say, tumuue. You've heard these things, see geni kwenyu. And they kill the suspect because they know very well there will never be justice. It even gets worse when he is a dangerous criminal. Amekumak, umemshika pale, and then you take him to a police station, and then after 1 week, amerudi mtani is with you. He will kill you. And so people feel, instead of, you know, arresting someone and take them to the police, they will be released and they will come back for us, let us kill them. That is the danger of eroding public confidence. In 2007, the reason why people fought so much is because people never believed that when there is a controversy around a presidential election and you take it to court, then it will be hard. It used to take over a year when the sworn-in president has established a government, the police, the military, and everything. There was not that public confidence. Of course, to date, we still don't have that public confidence, but at least the hearing goes on for maybe 20 days or so. Ile ya kitambo ilikuwa inachukua muda. But the same something is happening today. In fact, let me tell you, for you to become a president in the Republic of Kenya, you only need one thing. Let the IEBC chairman declare you. That is all. Just get declared as the president, the rest will follow suit. Because once you've been declared, unashika polisi, jeshi, nini, you go for the judges, you either bribe or intimidate. That is what people feel, and then you are good to go. So the moment we erode public confidence, when such kind of things are happening, what will stop a Kenyan to go and retaliate? Someone kills your brother, or you feel he's a suspect in a murder of your brother or your relative, and you know very well that once you go to court, this case will drag, the DCI and the DPP will start blaming each other. You will retaliate. You will go and kill a member of that family. And you know what will breed? It will be a permanent enemy. They will also gang up and come and kill another person in your family. And so this is how a country degenerates to lawlessness. This is how countries become banana republics. Let me tell you, we need to sit down and have a conversation as a country. Corruption will kill us. If justice cannot be dispensed to the poor and a common Kenyan, then what is the need of singing our national anthem? Justice be our shield and defender.